Hi, it's me, Kylie. Welcome to the studio. I am so excited you're here today because today we are making a planet poppet. That's right, with this simple do-it-yourself craft with easy to find materials, you can make your very own poppet and then have a planet pop quiz if you want. Let's make it. The first thing we're gonna do is make the base for our poppet. So I am going to cut my paper plate right along this inside line. It's like they made it for me. Ta-da! Now I have a light cardboard circle. I'm gonna cut out one more out of another paper plate. Now I'm gonna make a template for my hole punch so that everything gets lined up exactly the same on everything that I cut. This is what this extra piece of paper is for. So I'm going to trace my circle and cut it out. How many major planets are in the solar system, do you know? 8. 1 sun, 8 planets. So I'm gonna put the sun pop right in the middle and the 8 planets all the way around the edge. So I evenly space them out. I'm gonna fold my template into eighths. First, I'm gonna fold it in half. This gives me 2 equal sides. If I fold that in half again, fold it into fourths, do you have any guesses how many equal sections I'll have now? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think will happen if I fold it in half again? This will be folding it into eighths. Any guess how many equal sections I'll have now? 8. Now, I'm gonna take my hole punch and push it in as far as it will go onto my circle. Then I'm gonna center that crease in the little window of my punch. Awesome. I'm gonna take one of these little hole punches that we punched and line it up with the center. Then I'm gonna trace it and cut that out. Cool, now repeat. All the pieces for our base are cut. I have 2 spacey covers. Get rid of our template now. And then the cardboard pieces. That will go on the top and bottom, like a little pop sandwich. Now for a super fun part. We get to make the pop, 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 pop part. This is a heat gun. It blows really hot air. You're gonna heat this up until you see the foam start to get a little shiny and curl a little bit. Then you're gonna put the foam over your ball and quick before it cools down, you're gonna put your tape over the whole thing like this. Once it cools down, it's going to keep that shape, which is gonna let us go pop, 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 pop once we get it all together. Cool, huh? Let's do it. Neptune, last one. Sweet. I have all of the pop parts done for my planets. Now Now I need to get my cardboard bases ready because it's time to glue them in. So I unplugged my heat gun and I plugged in my glue gun. Ready to make it! How we're gonna do this is I'm gonna put the sun in the middle. So I'm gonna start with a bead of hot glue around the circle. Then I'm gonna take my sun and poke it through. And then keep going. Ta-da! This is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. Now I'm gonna glue this second cardboard piece onto the back. There we go. Look, it even pops. Time to add a little bit more details. Now it's time to add our awesome galaxy background. Another one on the back. I made some flames for my son. And then just for a last extra touch, I'm gonna cut some of this dark blue foam into narrow strips and hot glue it all the way around the edge. We did it! We made a planet poppet. We have the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, planets. Do you think we should give Hash Brown the dog a pop quiz? I wonder how much he knows about planets. Only one way to find out. Let's do it. Hash Brown, are you ready for your pop quiz? All right. What planet is made of iron and so it looks red? Mars? Yep. What planet has a storm that's bigger than Earth? Seriously, Hash Brown, Jupiter is right. How do you know all of this? What's the closest planet to the sun? Whoa, Mercury, you're right. What planet do we live on? Earth? You're right again. What planet has the biggest ring system? Saturn. Yep. What planet is tilted on its side? Did you pick Uranus? Hash Brown, you're a genius. What's the last major planet in our solar system? Neptune. Wow, Hash Brown, that's good. What's the hottest planet, Hash Brown? Venus? You're good at this. Dax, earlier I gave Hash Brown a pop quiz in the planets. And I'm wondering if you want to do a pop quiz. Do you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question and then you pop the planet that is the answer. Okay. Which thing in the solar system is not a planet, but is the very middle of the solar system?
Sun.
You're right. Okay, easy. Which planet is the very, very coldest? Oh, you picked two. Which two did you pick?
Uranus and Neptune.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They're both cool. cold.
You're right. Which planet is called the planet of fire and ice?
Mercury.
Why is it called that? Do you know?
Because
It gets very hot and very cold, both, right? Cool. Which planet is the biggest? Oh, you picked two again!
Saturn and Jupiter.
Which one's the biggest of those two?
Jupiter.
Cool. Okay. Which planet has life on it?
Earth.
Nice. And which planet is the hottest? Venus and Mercury. Which one's the very, very hottest?
Venus.
You're right. And the last question to Axel Larson. Which planet has the largest ring system?
Saturn.
Pop it!
No. Give me a hint of Mars.
Mars. Okay, Mars. Which planet is made out of iron?
Mercury and Mars.
Ooh.
Hi friend, welcome to the studio. I am so excited you're here because I just learned how to make the coolest thing and I wanted to come in the studio quick and show you how you could make your very own. It's called a fidget cube. Wow! You are going to need 8 wooden cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some colored duct tape, scissors, and a marker, a pencil, a pen, whatever, just something to mark with. That's it. Let's make it. We are going to build this in 2 modules. Modules are one part that makes up a bigger part once you put them together. So we're gonna build one module first, then another one just like it, and put those 2 modules together into this fidget. We're gonna start with 4 cubes. Arrange your cubes into a square. We're gonna start by labeling our cubes so we make sure that we hinge them, that's the part that opens and closes, in the right place. So with your cubes just like this, you're going to label your bottom 2 with an A. A. Now flip one side over once. So this A is looking over here, ready? Bloop. Now you're gonna label these B, B. B, B. Now this A, this whole side, you're gonna turn over to look at that other one and label it C, C. I'm gonna put my duct tape facing down with the sticky side up. Now we're gonna hinge these 2 B's together. So I'm gonna put them face down on the duct tape, right on the edge, just like this. Now, we don't wanna tape these right close together or they won't have room to move. So I'm gonna take a ruler and I'm gonna put it in between just so it makes a little gap. Next block. Once that's in, we can take the ruler out. Now we're just gonna take that duct tape and wrap it up along the sides, like so. Press it in real good, and then give it a little haircut. There we go, we made our first hinge. It's connected on this side, but bloop, it opens up just like that. So open it up just like that. Now there's just one little sticky part in the gap. So we're just gonna run a piece of duct tape straight across these 2 blocks to enforce it or make it stronger so that we can wiggle it all around and it won't fall apart. There we go, we made our first hinge. That's fun to play with already. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, time for side C. Do the exact same thing. Now it's time to connect the A's. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna wrap a piece of tape from the side all the way over the top to the other side. Once you get your A's taped together on both sides, flip it open and enforce it just like we did for the B's and the C's. All the hinges on our first module are done, and this is already fun to play with. You will notice that some of them don't have any tape decoration on them yet, so you don't need to do this part, but I am going to add some tape squares just so the whole thing is colorful. Module 1 is completely done, and it is so fun. It's a rhyme I just made. We're gonna make another one just like this, and then I'll show you how to stick them together so it's not just a square, but a cube. Here we go. Both of the sections are done. Now it's time to tape them together. Position your two modules so the hinges are set up like this. We're gonna hinge these two blocks together right on the end. Flip it over and reinforce it. And you've done it! You've made your very own Fidget cube. It is so awesome! How fast does it take you to go from this to a cube? Do you want to time me? Okay, ready, set, go. How fast was that?
10 seconds.
This is something that's fun to play with and cool to make, but it can also help us calm down when our thoughts in our head are just going like a racetrack. We're just thinking so fast and so much, it's hard to relax. The I Spy box can give us something to focus on for a little while until we can calm down a little bit. Let me show you. Here's two that I made already. They're full of sand. You can bring them to a corner or your fort or your bed or somewhere you feel nice and safe and shake them until you start to see some different things. I see a red turtle and 1, 2, 3 green beads. In this box, I see a birthday candle. 1, 2, 3 orange beads and some kind of creature. Oh, an orange seal. That's so fun. Let me show you how to make this. First, you need some sort of container that's clear. Then you need some things to put in there. I'm going to put in some green beads and maybe some of these cool sea animal beads. A whale, a pink turtle, and maybe a green seal. You can put other things in that you find around your house. Keys, birthday candles, paper clips, change, just little things that will fit in your box. The lighter the things are, the easier they'll be able to find when you shake your box. I'm gonna try some glitter in this box. And then I'm going to add sand. You could use sand from your sandbox if you want. I'm gonna use this white sand for this one. Fill your box until it's about 3/4 of the way full, not all the way to the top. Your objects need room to shake around. Where'd they all go? We'll spy them in a minute. You need an adult's help for this part. Use hot glue or super glue to go all the way around the rim of your box so that it stays shut. Once your glue is on, shut your box. When your glue is dry, it's time to spy. Let's shake it and see what we can find. What do you see? A blue whale, a green seal, a little bit of a turtle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green beads. Let's keep going. Whoa! I see a lot more green beads. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 green beads. Can you believe it? Now we get to start again. How many beads do you see this time? It's good to make your I Spy box, maybe when you're not worried, just when you're having a great day, so that it's ready to go when you need a little help relaxing. Put it in a space that you feel safe and calm, so that next time you need a little bit of a break, you have something to look at and focus on, count, and observe. Plus, it's just really fun to shake something sometimes.
Hi everybody, it's me, Kylie, and I am so excited that you're here because today we are making something awesome that isn't just amazing art that's super fun to make, it's also an activity. What's the activity, you ask? Well, this is a piece of clay that I've then put a clear coat of gloss over, a little fingernail polish, and once they're done, once it's all dry, we get to squish them. That's right, today we are making clay cracking planets. You wanna crack this one open before we get started? Okay, ready? It was gray and silver on the outside, but it's bright yellow with this pretty blue glitter in it on the inside. It's like a surprise. That also sounds really good when it cracks open. You wanna make some with me? To the studio!
Welcome to the studio. Let's get cracking. Here's what you need to make your very own clay cracking planets. Number 1, a big old pile of modeling clay. You want one that's pretty light and doesn't dry out. Number 2, you're gonna need a clear gloss. You can use fingernail polish if that's what you have. It'll work just fine. Number 3, some paint. Paint for the outside of your planets and even some paint for the inside of your planets if you wanna add a little extra something. And speaking of that, you might wanna add some glitter. All right, let's start with, whoa, stretching, the planet Mercury. Take as much clay as you wanna use for the size of Mercury. I'm gonna make mine about this big. And I'm gonna dip my fingers in it to make a little well because I want to color this clay so it's not just white. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, a little surprise pop. We're just gonna mix it in. Should we keep it this very light yellow or should we add a little more? I think I'm gonna add just a little more yellow. Can't help myself. I just love yellow. Okay, there we go, there we go. Knead it in. Oh yeah. I think we should add just a little bit of glitter on the inside too, don't you? Okay, what color? We have dark blue, kind of a turquoise or teal, green, gold, purple, or red. I'm gonna go with this teal color. Cool. That will be a super fun surprise inside our planet when we squish it. Now that it's all mixed up, I'm gonna roll it into a ball. Keep on rolling, Mercury. And once we have it in a sphere, we're gonna paint it. I'm just using acrylic paint for this part. You want to completely cover it so that when it cracks open, the color and the glitter inside is a surprise. Add some craters. Mercury doesn't have any atmosphere, so things from space hit it all the time. It gives it lots of craters and mountains, and it makes it a really rough surface. While I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna mix up some more clay, but I'm not gonna show you what colors are going into what planets. You're just gonna have to wait to the end to see. The clay is mixed and the planets are painted. Time for our last step before we can crack them open and see what's inside. We need to add our clear gloss coat. This is what's going to get hard so we can crack them open and reveal the secret surprise later. I'll paint these, we'll let them dry, and then we can crack them open together. After so many coats of gloss, I ran out of gloss and had to add a little fingernail polish, which you can see on some of these. Look, Saturn got very golden. They are finally dry and finally ready to crack open. I am so excited. Okay, should we start with Mercury? Let's do it. The outside of Mercury is gray and it even got some silver glitter. Do you have any guesses what the inside will be? What color? All right. We'll see. Ready? Let's go. Yellow. Yellow with teal glitter. Here's Venus, second planet from the sun, and it's the hottest one. It's yellow because it's the brightest planet, and it got a little gold too. What color do you think it is inside? Good guess. Let's check it out. Pink! Pink with pink glitter? I did not see that coming. Ah, the Earth, the only planet we know of with organic life. Third planet from the sun and the one we live on. What color do you think it is inside? Let's check it out. Orange. Mars, the red planet, our closest neighbor. I also just learned that on the north and south pole of Mars, there can be snow. Did you know that? Okay. What color do you think is inside this one? Only one way to find out. Blue. I love how the bright red outside looks with the cool blue inside. That's my favorite one yet. Jupiter, the planet with the big red spot. Do you think it has a big red inside? We'll find out. I was tricky on that one. I did pink and yellow. Next up, the planet Saturn with its beautiful rings. What color do you think is inside? White, white with golden glitter. Next up, the planet Uranus, the planet who spins on its side. Let's see what's inside. Oh, that's such a pretty color. That purple. Love it. And the last major planet from our solar system, Neptune. Green with green glitter. The planets are looking a little bit different on the other side of the clay cracking, aren't they? I still like them. You know what else I like? Making art with you. Hi friend, it's me, Kylie, and I am so excited you're here because I just finished up a craft that I think you are going to love. Check it out. The suspense. Look, it is the planet Jupiter. But that's not all this is. Do you hear this? There's something in there. What do you think it is? Only one way to find out. Okay, here we go. What? Inside the planet Jupiter is the planet Saturn. What do you think's inside the planet Saturn? Because I hear something. Whoa! It's the planet Uranus. Any guesses on who's next? Did you guess Neptune? Because that's who's next. Neptune. Okay. Next up is the Earth. That's a planet we should know about, huh? Who do you think is inside the Earth? Good guess. Okay, ready? Let's check it out. Venus! Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Just kidding. It's not really hot, but the planet Venus is, but not this art. Okay, I think there's only two left. Inside Venus is, oh, the little Mars! So cute. And inside Mars, I still hear something, is the last planet that we haven't seen yet. The planet closest to the sun and the smallest one. Do you know what it is? Okay, here it is, here it is. Oh, a cute little Mercury. These were so fun to make and they are so fun to play with. So let's head to the studio. I'll show you how to make them. We'll learn some solar system facts together and then we'll play with these. Let's go. Welcome to the studio. I am so excited to show you how to make those amazing nesting planets. We're gonna start with plastic ornaments that break in half. This is so fun because this is how we can open them up and nest them inside each other. We can also put them together like this, chomp, 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 to make chomping planets. So fun. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to get these ready to go is to cut off this little extra part. You can leave it on if you want, but I'm gonna cut mine off. And then use a little bit of sandpaper to rough up the surface so that everything we're about to glue on here sticks on here. For our smallest planet, it doesn't need to open up, so I'm just using this little ball of clay that I made. You could use a marble or just any round thing you find. I'm going to be covering my nesting planets with a collage of tissue paper. That means I'm going to use a lot of different layers of tissue paper. I'm going to glue them together and down with a collage glue, and then we're going to be able to get lots of different colors and textures. That's one of my favorite things about using tissue paper. I'm going to start with the planet Venus. So I put my two spheres down, and the first thing I'm going to do is cover them with a layer of this collage glue. Now I'm gonna cut strips of this tissue paper to cover my planet. Then you just stick it right on, like that. I really like this collage glue because you can add it to the top, you can add it to the bottom. Just make sure you're using thin layers. I covered this whole planet with tissue paper and glue. I'm gonna wait for it to dry all the way so the paper doesn't rip, and then I'm gonna use an X-Acto knife to cut around the paper so it can open back up. You are definitely gonna want an adult to help you with that part. While this one dries, I'm gonna make the other planets. Here's some solar system facts while we craft. The sun is the center of our solar system, and because of a force called gravity, everything in our solar system revolves around it. They orbit, which means they make big circles around the sun, sort of like they're all dancing together. Our solar system is made up of 8 major planets and many other objects like moons, asteroids, dwarf planets, and comets. Can you name all of the major planets in order? Starting at the sun, there is Mercury, Venus, then Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Do you know the name of the dwarf planets? We're not making them today, but here's their names. There's Pluto, Eris, Ceres, Makemake, and Haumea. Each one of these planets is different and unique. For example, Earth is made up of rock, but Jupiter is made from gas. 1 sun, 8 planets, 5 dwarf planets, and just exactly 1 you. Lucky solar system. Are you ready to put this together? I am! All right, let's start with the planet Mercury. The next biggest planet is Mars. What's the next biggest planet? Venus, you're right. Next, Earth. The next biggest one is Neptune. Next up, Uranus. Which one's next, Jupiter or Saturn? We're looking for one that's in the middle, not the biggest, not the smallest. Saturn. And last but not least, the biggest planet, the planet that really could fit all the other planets inside of it, Jupiter. We did it! We made them! These planets nest inside of each other. We have all the major planets right here. I'm holding it in one hand. This reminds me of a planet story I know. Want to hear it? Okay, check it out. One day, Mars said to Mercury, "Let's start a club, just us." "Okay." "Us too. No one else can play with us." "Yeah, us too." I don't want to play with Jupiter." "Oh. Can I play with you?" "Nope." "Can I play with you guys?" "Get out of here." "But wait, no." Just then, a storm of asteroids came right toward Mercury. "Quick, hide here!" I got you, come over here." Thanks, Earth." Whoa. Whew, Neptune, thanks. Quick, Neptune, over here. I got you. Oh, thanks, Saturn. Whew. The planets had made it. Saturn celebrated, but just then, Jupiter looked up and saw the biggest asteroid yet headed right towards Saturn. Saturn didn't see it. Jupiter headed over, grabbed Saturn, and kapow! We made it! All the planets celebrated, but not Jupiter. Just then, Saturn looked over and saw the biggest asteroid headed right toward Jupiter. All the planets gathered around Jupiter to protect it. Ow! everybody? One by one, the planets rolled back. Saturn, Mars, Earth, Uranus, Venus, Neptune. Has anyone seen Mercury? Mercury! Mercury! Oh, I forgot. Mars! All the planets decided that it was better when they played together and took care of each other. The end.
Oh, hi. My name's Sun, and I have a very important job today. It's my job to make sure that all the planets stay out of trouble and entertained. I'm going to do that by playing games with them. Will you help me? You will? Yes. Okay, here comes the first planet. Oh, hi, Sun. Oh, hi, Mercury. Meet my friend. Hello. Anyway, Sun, I just came to tell you that some of the planets are getting bored. Maybe you could come up with something for us to do? Yeah, sure. Bring some of them in here. Okay. What game do you have for us to play today, Sun? Oh, hi, this is Earth, Uranus, and Mercury. I think that today we could all play a game called, charades. Have you ever played charades before? Basically, you act out something, like maybe you would act out that you were a dog, and so you would go, ruff, 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 or you would like scratch behind your ear, but I mean, I don't have an ear. Or you would wag your body like you were wagging your tail, except I don't really have a body either. Oh goodness, maybe charades isn't that good of an idea. Okay, let's play, tag. You wanna play tag? Yeah, tag! Okay. You'll never catch me, Venus. I'm Jupiter, a fast tag. Oh, you got me. This is getting a little out of hand. I have a new idea. Okay. What? Have you guys ever played, hide and seek? Yes, I have. Can I hide first? All right. How about you all hide, and then me and my friend will find you. Sound good? Yay! Okay, all right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we come! Do you want to help the sun find the planets with me? Sun, would that work well for you? Awesome. Hey, while the sun and you and I are looking for the planets, I'm gonna also show you how to make these planet finger puppets for yourself. Would you love that? I would love it too. To the studio!
Welcome to the studio. I'm all set to make our solar system finger puppets. Don't forget to look for them while we're crafting because they're still playing hide and seek. The first thing I'm gonna do is tell you what you need. You need some craft foam, pipe cleaners, scissors, googly eyes are a nice bonus, paint pens or Sharpies really help too, and I'm gonna stick mine together with some hot glue. You knew it was gonna make an appearance. All right, let's get crafting. I'm gonna start with the planet Mercury. I'm using gray foam for this. And the first thing I'm gonna do is to trace a circle. I'm gonna use the bottom of this paint container and a Sharpie to do that. Now, cut it out. Now, because I cut 2 pieces at once, I have 2 identical gray circles. What? I see you over there. Now I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. I choose white, you can choose whatever color you want, and wrap it around my finger. This is what's gonna hold it in place, like this. What's nice about using pipe cleaners for this is you can change it. So if you're playing and maybe your hands are littler, but then you decide to play with someone with bigger hands, they can just rewrap it and it'll fit around their hand too. Cool. So I made an extra little curl at the end of my pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to use hot glue to attach it to the bottom of my foam. Now I'm just going to use some little puddles of hot glue all around, boop, 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 like that, and attach my back. Oh, perfect. I'm going to finish these steps for all of the planets, and then we'll decorate their little faces. Hey! I see you. All right, they're all ready to decorate. Here's the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Awesome. So I'm going to start decorating these by adding some details to the surface, the background of the planet puppet. So for Mercury, for example, because Mercury doesn't have any atmosphere, that means that anything that's flying from outer space, an asteroid, whatever, when it hits Mercury, it causes a big explosion. Oh, Mercury, it's okay. You're okay. I'll catch up with them later. And makes a crater in Mercury. So there's lots of little craters and holes on Mercury. So we're going to just use some Sharpies, some paint markers, and add some of those little details. I'm using black foam for the mouths of my planets and googly eyes for their eyes. There we go. Mercury. Now you know how to make your very own solar system figure puppets. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cool. Did you find some of the planets while they were playing hide and seek while we were crafting? I did too. Let's go back to the purple chair for one more puppet show. We did it. We really did it. We kept these planets entertained for a whole day. I can't believe it. We tried playing charades, but that didn't really work. So we tried to play tag, but that got a little out of hand. So we played hide and seek. And you learned how to make these incredible, if I may say so myself, finger puppets of the whole solar system. Hi friends. I have a special art project for us today. Today, we're going to make a bottle that will help us calm down whenever we feel worried or mad or anxious or just you know what I mean? Sometimes you need help calming down. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a bottle that'll help you do that. And even if you can't make it with me today, let's just be together, because sometimes being with a good friend can help calm down. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to the studio. Today, we're going to be making one of these amazing bottles together. I'll show you how this bottle helps me relax at the end of the video. Here's what you need. A clear container, corn syrup, liquid watercolor or food coloring, glitter, glitter glue if you want, and super glue or hot glue. This is for the grown-ups. You're also going to need some hot water, and I would recommend a measuring cup that can go in the microwave. The first thing we're gonna add is corn syrup. If you don't have corn syrup at home, that's fine. You can use clear glue. Corn syrup is very sticky and very thick. Watch. I'm gonna pour my corn syrup in this measuring cup first because it's a little easier to pour when you heat it up. Oh, bye. I'm gonna go warm this up and wash my hands. I'll be right back. I'm back. I put my corn syrup in the microwave for about a minute. See? It's much easier to pour now. The next step is to add food coloring or liquid watercolor to our corn syrup. I'm going to use blue for my bottle. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 drops. If you want more color, add more color. All right, let's stir it up. That's beautiful already. Once your color is mixed into your corn syrup, pour it into your bottle. Next, I'm going to add my glitter. I'm going to use 1 small tube of glitter glue. Then I'm going to add my dry glitter. I'm going to make a funnel for the top of my bottle so that the glitter doesn't go everywhere when I try to pour it in. I just folded a Post-it note and funnel. You can add as much or as little glitter as you want. It's fun to have your glitter be different sizes so that it sinks and floats all at different times. Now I'm going to add a little white. That reminds me of snow. Perfect. Now I'm going to add warm water to fill up the rest of my bottle. I'm going to dye my water before I add it to the bottle. Again, I'm using liquid watercolor. You can also use food dye. When you're making art, it's important sometimes not to be in such a hurry. It's not just about the bottle we're making, it's about every part of enjoying how things smell and feel and look. Look how beautiful this is when you drop it in and let it dance in the water. After you're done enjoying how this looks in the water, you can stir it up. That part's pretty fun too. Now we're just gonna fill up our bottle. We're almost done. Perfect. You want to fill it most of the way up, but leave a little bit of a space on top so that the glitter and water has room to move around. Now we're going to stir up all of the things we put in the bottle. We want our glitter to get in the corn syrup. We want the water to get in the glitter. We want the corn syrup to get in the water. Mostly you want to break up any big chunks of glitter that you put in because the next step is going to help mix it up too. We're going to put our cap on really tight and give it a shake. The bottle still feels warm in my hands because the corn syrup and the water were warm. Okay, Now we get to decide if we want to add any more color or glitter or anything else to our bottle. I think it looks awesome. Once you've decided that this is how you want your bottle, you're going to take off the top, put super glue all the way around the edge. Put on your top for the last time. My favorite way to use this bottle when I'm trying to calm down is to imagine that this bottle is like how I feel. So if I feel really stressed out or really worried, I shake it up. And then I imagine that all of that glitter swirling around is like all of the thoughts and energy swirling around in my head. And I put it down. And I watch it. I watch it as the glitter settles, as it slows down. And I imagine all of those thoughts and feelings sinking, 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 until I can just hold them calmly in my hand. Sometimes I just try to be very still until all of the glitter settles. And then, at the end of that, I usually feel a little bit better.